What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So, the next game the Dallas Cowboys play in 13 days will be against the Philadelphia Eagles. And understand, this is preseason. It doesn't mean anything. Hey, great. Congratulations, you won the game. Here's what you want from preseason. You want to get in, you want to get some work, you want to evaluate players, and you want to get out healthy. That's what you want, because injuries are season killers. Now, the Cowboys, with rookie coaches, Brian Schottenheimer, who the players seem to really and truly like, and seemingly behind him, you didn't see it on the field. Joe Milton, the first two games, I literally was like, I don't want to see Joe Milton throw another pass. But tonight, Joe Milton, hey, you had to give it to Joe Milton. He had a touchdown pass, and it seemed like he had more of a touch this game. Didn't throw any interceptions, and definitely looked better than what we had seen before. There's talk, of course, that there's no chance that Joe Milton can be our backup quarterback. And I'm still not sure that he can be our backup quarterback as it is. Cowboys may be looking for another player to bring in as a backup. Will Greer didn't look, I mean, he was okay, but we realize that if that goes down, we're in a heap of trouble. But definitely a major improvement for Will Greer. They played Deuce Vaughn a lot in the first half, and he picked up a lot of yards and stuff. He did some good things in blocking and stuff. I don't know that Deuce Vaughn makes the roster. We've talked about Deuce Vaughn probably being the odd man out. However, I may actually say that Miles Sanders is probably the biggest loser tonight, because he played in last week's game, but his vision seemed to be awful. And it seemed like he was slow. It was like watching Zeke 2.0 past his prime. So maybe the running backs, because what was clear tonight is if there's a hole, and Jake Blue did go down for a little bit, was on the ground there, but seemed to be okay. If there's a hole, Jaden Blue's going to blow through there. He's really, really fast. Phil Maffa, if there's not a hole there, he's going to kind of make one. And that might be the thunder and lightning tandem that we need. That would be great to have. We never, of course, saw Javonte Williams. It seems like he's already been penciled in as the starter. Malik Davis, I don't think played in this game tonight, but definitely the offense showed a lot more. But again, this is basically third stringers and guys that are auditioning for their team or possibly being picked up by somebody else. And so your hope is that the majority of these guys aren't going to see in the field. Now, tonight, what I noticed before the big play was Mozzie was doing a little bit more than usual. You know, usually people are seeing Mozzie Smith way down in the secondary. But even on a double team, he was penetrating in his pass rush. And some of the problem with Mozzie is 3 different defensive coordinators in 3 years. I know people don't want to give him a pass, or at least say, give it time. But tonight was definitely a much better game. In what probably was a messed up assignment, Mozzie was uncovered on a draw play, and maybe they figured, well, Mozzie ain't going to get there. But Mozzie got up on his horse and ended up having a 4-yard tackle for a loss. So you say, okay, I see you, Mozzie. The other thing that was good was we actually saw Dennis Houston again playing, making plays, and Perry Winfrey making plays on the defensive line too. The Cowboys did not give up a whole lot on the ground. Now again, I preface it all this because I know people are going to say, well, Mark was up here talking about the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl because they won one preseason game. It's like, look, people, in the same way I said there were signs of life of Mozzie Smith. People turned around in the chat and said, oh, Mark Holmes saying he's a Pro Bowler. Don't put words in my mouth. I said it was improvement, recognizing that this is preseason third stringers that you're playing against. This is not going to be going against number ones. So you have to grade on a curve. But at least you saw some improvement from the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys still aren't showing much, but at least you looked at this and said, we cut down on a lot of the penalties. We still had too many. We ran the ball better, and you saw some different looks from Phil Maffa as well as with Jaden Blue. Your backup quarterback, if he's going to be that, played at least a competent game. And the defensive line ended up holding on some running plays, short yardage. And then your secondary got not one, not two, but 3 interceptions. Now, the most important thing that I'm going to say happened in this game was seeing Jerry Jones with Micah Parsons' mom. Now, you can talk all your smack that you want and everything else that, Jerry does and things to the media and stuff like that, but you don't mess with a mama's child, especially a Lions child, okay? To see Jerry Jones with Micah's mom there smiling for the cameras and everything else shows me that there ain't no animosity. Now, what I will say was a bad look was seeing Micah Parsons just kind of stretched out during the game on the training table. But I will also say there was a clip of him during the game where he was joking it up with his teammates. And the fact that he was there and his mom was there bodes well to the whole counter narrative of deleting all his Cowboys paraphernalia on his social media. I think that this thing gets worked out actually sooner than later. Maybe they get together over the weekend. Maybe it's Monday or Tuesday, but I think it's going to happen sometime soon. To give the Cowboys and the players, they're feeling good about this game. How about we continue feeling good by getting Micah Parsons signed and start getting some momentum as we get ready to take on the Eagles. So that's all I have to say about that. I want to say shout out to everybody who came in and watched my live stream with me. You could be anywhere in the world. There's so many other channels you could be watching. I appreciate you guys coming in, supporting and hanging out. I mean, we had some crazy conversations from a troll saying I fart myself to sleep. They must be like 8 years old. I don't know what an 8-year-old is doing watching the live stream, but only an 8-year-old would come through and say you fart yourself to sleep. I mean, how stupid is that? Nobody farts and goes to sleep. Fart. Come on, man. And that turned into a whole conversation about, it just went off the rails from there. But it was fun. And when you're having the third preseason game, you need some fun. So, Aisha Robinson, great supporter, great fan of the channel. She lost her mom this past year, and she's having a hard time getting through this. She has to take it one day at a time, so to speak. And I know I have good days and bad days with my dad passing as well, and my father-in-law. And that's the thing that you have to always keep in the back of your mind is life is short and life is precious. And make sure you take care of the people you love and make sure they know how you feel about it. It's really important. And so, that being said, I'm going to go in here to bed with the woman that I love and make sure she knows I love her. As always, good people, I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Have a great night. Oh, man, I am stiff today.